Okay, so sorry to anything that may be left of my audience. I know it's been, I think, at least a few months, a couple months. And no, I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten about the channel. I have not given up on the channel. And also, just to clarify, I know that I primarily only do live unboxings, but that's only so I can get it out of the way. I don't have to upload it. Just it's live, it's done, it's in the bag. I do not I never planned on it being primarily an unboxing channel. That was just one of the things I wanted to feature so that people could see how knife companies box their stuff, what it looks like coming out. For example, I mean, it's a tiny bit of a factoid, but like for example, lately Blade HQ, their wrapping has been subpar, been busting apart, things like that. Um, and then of course the unboxing so that you could see what the original packaging of all the knives looks like. But I do want to get into, hey Al Cap, thanks for joining. I do want to get more into actually featuring the separate knives. And again, my focus is definitely how low can you go, how much budget, how bad is it. And my contention is, today's ultra bottom of the barrel budget knives, when I was a kid, were the medium end. I mean, we had really crappy knives as a kid, and yeah, we did used to break them. So they're nowhere near as bad as that. So we're very lucky these days that, I mean, take a look at the most shit on knife company these days is Gerber. I can't tell you, in my industry, seeing these Pisces in the back of these warehouses for years, using these beat up Gerbers to open up box after box after box, and they're just in bad shape, but they're still cutting. I mean, so if Gerber can last that long, all the other, the M Techs and whatnots, they'll hold up. And yeah, sadly for us knife geeks, the majority of all knives out there are the M-Techs, the United Cutleries, the all their little sub brands, Tac Force, etc. And that's why I feature them often, because some of them are really not bad at all. Like some of the M-Tech neck knives, some of the fixed blades are really quite not bad. The M-Tech button locks, I mean, they're sub $20. I'm gonna have to go through a whole spine whack test too of all the button locks once that controversy came up. And I'm sorry I didn't notice it before, because I don't spine whack. I jiggle it, and it's strong enough that when you jiggle the lock, it doesn't come loose. But if you do spine whack, yeah, it does come loose. Um, and it's legitimate debate that people are like, why would you spine whack at all? I'm one of those that wonder, hey, Addicted Blades, thanks for joining. I truly wonder as well, like, why would you spine whack? It's just an unlucky thing. However, I do see the point of it is that it does reveal inconsistencies, which is why I also, hey Shane, thanks for showing up. Um, as well as like torture tests. You want to see the breaking point. You want to see what it does take to for a lock to release, for example, or where in the tang it's going to break, for example, typically along jimping, etc. So I agree with all of it, so, but I didn't notice the button lock failing, because again, I just jiggle it to make sure it actually locks up. But a spine whack is different, because I think with the button locks, it's dislodging it through impact rather than the actual. Hey Winchester, thanks for joining. So anyway, that I'll get to that too. Again, there's a lot more content I actually do want to do. um I've gotten busier, I've got more clients anyway. I haven't forgotten about you guys. Goon dogs, I know it's been forever. Illuminati, what's up? Ninja. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys, and I'm going to get to this unboxing, and let's see what horrors I have in store. Yes, my unboxings typically aren't pleasant, because it's usually really crappy stuff that you guys wouldn't buy. But my audience is the majority of people you guys know, 99% of them, except if they're other knife guys like us. But otherwise, they're going to be carrying these cheap crapo gas station knives. Okay. And yeah, we have to transition, and we can't knife shame them either, so that's kind of my thing. How low can you go? How terrible is cheap? And these days, mostly not the end of the world. It's really not that horrible. So here's some packaging. So this is USPS. This is USPS. So as you can see, look at that. It's already practically open. So I don't think anything's gone missing, but I just, look at that. That's pretty bad. Although it's pretty sealed. And I'm primarily using this. I'm realizing OTFs are the most convenient EDC because talk about one-handed. That's the best. And this is just a cheap Lightning. And again, the majority of people out there are not going to have microtex. You know, they're going to have Lightnings. Almost every single Lightning you've seen some guy carrying is going to be one of these. Hey, Grumpy, thanks for Mersal. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so this is from Love Them Knives, and I forgot what I got, of course, but let's see, what is it? Oh, okay, yeah, just budget stuff. Incredible value. So this is a 6-leaf SL22 purple, super budget. So my, I believe it's my card. Yes. Right. Wait, is it? It's not the G10, is it? This might be the purple G10. Oh, I see. Here's what it is. It's micarta with a purple titanium anodized. It's almost not even an insert. It's like a quasi insert add-on slab. Oh, it is an insert actually. Look, it's just right on top, but it's not inset. It's not an inset insert. How's that? So it's a button lock, and look at that. The button lock is completely flush with the micarta. Check that out. So I'm excited to see this. I love the other 6-leaf. Most people liked it. I bought my 6-leaf used from Canadian Cutting Edge, and he hated it because the grind was so uneven throughout the length of the blade. He resharpened it. So now for me, it's ideal. Incredible value. I think it was like under $25 for a micarta. Not an unnamed steel either. It was 440C or something. I can't remember. But here's the first flip. I love these little submerged little things here. I mean, the incredible value on these things. Sweet looking jimping. So here's first flip. It's great. And that's that. Unfortunately, people calling it the modified Tonto. I mean, look at that belly though. You know, not that you're going to skin with this, but you know, it's, I mean, wouldn't that be more of a modified sheep's foot than anything? I don't know. Let's see. Look at that. Drop shot. Incredible. Let's see. Let me not kill myself. Yeah. Spine whack works fine. You know, anyone that says, oh, don't buy Chinese knives. Okay, fine. Don't buy Chinese underwear. Don't buy Chinese socks. You know, don't buy Chinese t-shirts. It's touching your balls. Okay. But all of a sudden, out of the blue, the Chinese knives, that's the only thing you can't touch. I mean, I'm obviously extremely pointed in my point of view. I mean, because I manufacture clothing here in LA, made in the USA. But you never hear these knife bros talking about, oh, don't buy Chinese underwear. Are you supporting me? I mean, not that I make underwear. Nobody makes underwear anymore in the US. I can go on a rant about that. It's getting really rough out there. Manufacturers just disappearing. People I used to make clothes with before the pandemic are just, they all either closed up shop or moved out of the fashion district because everyone's jacking up rents. LA is a mess. I'm going through an eviction right now, an illegal one. I could go on a rant about that. I probably should at some point. My underwear's from Italy. Oh, cool. Are you in Europe? But are you sure the Italian brand is manufacturing them in Italy? Because Italy, obviously, with their fashion, they do quite a lot of textile still. One of the last places that really truly does. The traditional Tonto maybe, but looks sheepy to me. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You know, or even, you know, that almost looks like a spade blade in its own way, you know, on traditional knives, you know. What is the underwear thing of which you speak? I don't wear underwear. I'm a pimp. Like underwear? Who wears underwear? I pimp it. Oh, latest, cheapest. Okay, let's see. What's this? Latest, cheapest is Remet Peacock. Yeah, great D10 action blade for $25. Yeah, everyone's been doing that. And, you know, I might have to jump on board. It looks sweet. the amount of value you're getting from some of these budget Chinese knives is astounding to me. I mean, this titanium clip, I mean, is astounding. I mean, it's like so much value in this knife. I mean, look at that micarta backspacer. I mean, come on. I mean, and the sweet satin on that, it's a beautiful, you probably can't tell, it's got a beautiful satin on it. It's, for goodness sakes, it's 154 cm. I mean, this is yesterday's Benchmade, at a fraction of the cost. Oh, and this is the maker is that what is it? Rossi Rattlesnake. Do you guys remember? I can't remember who that is. The Rattlesnake, that the maker's mark. I think he makes them for a lot of Tucson's, for example. Can't remember who that is, but I mean, and this is the micarta I love, which is technically considered kind of a cheaper micarta, but I do not like polished micarta. I like that really, really, really rough, gritty, grippy micarta, which to me is the point of micarta. Like Bark River, like they polish the shit out of it, but even Marbles does, which is, again, cheap Chinese stuff, but I don't know why they polish the shit out of their stuff. I really don't. And then this is SRM. I'm really glad I waited on this. This is the 7228BL MB. This is micarta black. I wanted to get this. I've been wanting to get this version of the. So SRM stands for San Renmu, which used to be the OEM for numerous knife companies. I suspect that's what CRKT was doing. And that's why CRKT, in its era, before the influx of all these cheap Chinese gonzos and such, were the first, like, in my recollection, had, that good drop shut action and, really smooth, detent. Just, it was really dialed out. I feel like that's may have been SRM or somebody like them anyway. Let me make sure and catch up on these. What's up, dudes? All cool people. Yeah, the cool, hang out with the cool kids in Hollywood. Overlay. Yeah. Okay. It was an overlay of the titanium spay blade. Yeah. Spay blade. Exactly. So here we go. Everyone's saying what I was saying. So that's good. We're on the same page. Remind me later. My underwear is from Italy. Okay, wait, what is this? They have a new one. The 04 looks wild. Could you remind me? The 04 is what, for 6-leaf? Is it? And then what does this say? Hey, go pick up Marcel. Hey, okay. Okay, this is just too funny right here. Underwear. Don't nobody wear no underwear. Probably Romania. That's where the fabric is from. My underwear is from someplace called... Bro, I think Hanes has been making underwear in China since way before it was a thing. I feel like even when I was a kid, they were already jumped ship over to China. I feel like I wear Chinese ball grippers, and Chinese phones with my Chinese car, my Chinese knives and gear. By the way, everyone makes a big stink about how iPhones are Chinese. They're not. They're assembled in China, but all of the important components come from Taiwan, Europe, Finland. Just it's from all over. So it's only assembled in China. It's not made in China. And yeah, they do fuck over those workers big time. What is this? LA Garment District has tore up Miss American apparel models. How do you know about this? You missed the American apparel models. They're still around. They're it's called LA Apparel now. So they still have the same exact billboards, still skanky as ever. You should see the newest one is so skanky. She's like literally got her legs spread out, standing there like this. Woo, they're all unprofessional. They're like, anyway, there was a whole thing with dude. He got banned from his own company, and it was a lot of sexual harassment. It's creepy as fuck. Rattlesnake is his design name. Okay, yeah. I'm sure Grumpy, you know everything. I can figure. Is it heat treated properly? I don't know because I'm not doing that much of extensive testing. But from LTK, where I bought these from, he does the metal testing and some hardness testing. So We know that they're authentically what they claim. We do know that, as well as Rockwell is coming in pretty good. Let's admit that Benchmade and Spyderco, they still run a little soft. I don't, maybe that's not a popular thing to say, but you need to check out Laren Thomas's Knife Nerds stuff. He really spells out. You could look at the graphs. You do have, running soft doesn't necessarily make your knife that much tougher. It's a misnomer. Laren, he really spells out the science of metallurgy, that in order to be as tough as that steel can be, you still need to be within spec. And Benchmade tends to run at the very bottom hardness. So I can understand, as a production company, last thing you want is broken blades. Nothing looks worse, you know. Everything else people will understand, but if you have a broken ass blade, people are just like, this is shit, you know. So I can understand that. But yeah, so as far as that, now wear resistance is not purely connected to hardness. There's with metallurgy, there's interplay, so an influence, but toughness, hardness, wear resistance, etc., are enough to be tested separately, because there are, for example, with like the heat treat, affects all of those, but with the wear resistance, again, it has to do with the blade grind, the geometry, as well as certain ways of heat treating can affect carbides in a way that affects. So, for example, if like Rex 45, you can run it higher in your heat treat and run it harder, and so as a result, even though on paper it looks like other things might outperform it, performs above its weight, because the carbides form differently because you're allowed to run harder. It's metallurgy is, I mean, it's a science. It's a big mess. I think you have better odds with the simpler steels. Okay, this is another thing that I agree with. That's why 154 is about my limit, you know, because it's not one of these super steels. Super steels are notorious for how tough they are and finicky they are with heat treat. Sandvik 154, by the way, these are all based on 440C. Did you know that? These are, so 154 cm. A lot of our better medium steels are actually derivatives of 440C. That's how deep the genes, GENES, of 440C run. You could look that up. It's really cool what they've done with 440C to up its game, such that eventually we end up with something like 154 cm, which is, so again, these are, you know, sharpenable in the field. They're not a big pain in the ass to deal with. They're going to have less problems with heat treat, especially on a mass scale. So, you know, Sandvik 154, OS 10, I think these are the safest bet, if you will, because 9CR is similar-ish to OS 10. So yes, 6 leaf. Oh, okay. Soft on the steel, hard on the wall. I like that. Did you cut your hair? Yes, it's in my title. Yeah, I chopped my hair off. That's what I always think about the cheaper knives. I can see that. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm taking way too long, and I'm supposed to be somewhere in 20 minutes, so this is going to run too long. You guys are commenting too much. Okay, so a little tray in here, and then look at that. I mean, it comes with the same kind of bag that Benchmade would come in. These guys are just kicking American companies' butts. I don't want that to be the case, but you know, I've made this statement many times, like on the Knife Junkie podcast, for example. You know, this is a revisit of the 80s with Toyotas and Japanese cars coming in and just kicking American cars' butt, you know. And you know, at the time there was a lot of you know, xenophobia and things, all buy American, and you know, my dad bought American, and he suffered for it. Anyway, but you know, we bought the Fords and stuff, and they were in 1980s, they were at the lowest in terms of durability, quality, etc. I mean, they were awful cars. But you know, he insisted on buying American, and you know, look at the reward you get. You know, you get fucked out of tons of money over the years. I mean, he poured many times its value into constantly repairing that piece of shit. Okay, so this is sweet. So this I don't think they call it the ambi-lock. Do you guys remember? I forgot already what by the way, it's been cold as fuck in California the past several weeks, which is why I'm wearing a jacket. It's just been unbearable. I know you guys are getting fucked with what did they call it? The something like the cloud of death, or they had this hilarious. You guys had this fucked up uh, high pressure system or something like that came in that's been giving you guys tremendous heat. We've been overcast every day. It's like 68 during the day, 60 at night. It's just been very, very pleasant, which is wonderful. I am not looking forward to a hot ass summer. So, what's this? ARM is a good one for what I see through other YouTubers. Okay. Oh, SRM, yeah. I was like, ARM? Yeah. Oh yeah, SRM is, I think, has been secretly making everybody's knives for years, you know. So I was gonna get this back when in the G10 they had like red and blue, which are cool colors. But I don't know when this happened, but I guess last year or 2 years ago they came out with a bicarta version, which I don't know if you guys know me. I'm a bicarta whore. Oh god, these fucking Scientology commercials. I don't know if you guys know, they're like headquartered here in Hollywood. They like own half the real estate out here. They're like major headquarters is right. Anyway, don't even get me started. They're big in Hollywood. Okay, so and then they did a little bit of it's more than just a chamfer, I think, but they kind of leveled that out so you have access to the thumb stud and yeah, phenomenal action. I actually really like this blade shape. I love this kind of blade shape, and it's not super drop sidey smooth. It's actually very controlled, as you can see. So, I mean, a lot of people like that. Because it's all personal preference, I like guillotine just, I like that uncontrolled, wild ass just drop. Because again, I'm for this. I just want to get it. I want to use it, drop it, and just put it aside. You know, I don't want this what they call controlled hydraulic. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't care about controlled. See, I want it to just slam shut. Because when I'm cutting, I'm not trying to be delicate or cute. I'm like clack, 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 boom, you know, which is why I keep losing knives because I put them down. Okay, it's hot as fuck here in South Texas. It's always hot as fuck in South Texas, Winchester. That's not news. Damn spell check. Yeah, I know. ARM. Those Chinese undies keep my boys cool though. Jesus. Well, you got to be like grumpy and up your game. You know who needs underwear? Ghost Adventures did an episode on an old Scientology place. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up because is it an old building or is it the main blue building out here in Hollywood? Because that building's very old, and if I'm not mistaken, that was a hospital back in the day. If I'm not mistaken, when I was a kid, I think that was still anyway. The one you see in all the commercials. Unfortunately, we've been suffering from cooler weather and a crap ton of mosquitoes. I have sweet blood. I don't know if you guys know, they finally did a very big study, and for a long time it was considered a myth that people were like, I have sweet blood. They're like, there's no such thing, you know, it's all anecdotal, blah blah blah. But they finally figured out mosquitoes do have a thing for sweet blood, and now they're starting to think it might have to do with right-handed, left-handed molecules. So I don't know if you know, in chemistry, you can branch the chemical bonds and structures off to the left or to the right. It might have to do a little bit with quantum mechanics, but at any rate, it might be that mosquitoes prefer, you know, whichever it is, right-handed molecules versus left-handed molecules. And so clearly I have that. You know, growing up, it was quite obvious and blatant. You know, everyone else would get a couple of bites. I'd literally get 30 or 40 by the morning. Like, and then, you know, if it lasted days, it would be get up to 50, 60. I remember one time I killed a mosquito because it had sucked so much blood it couldn't fly well. And then I smashed it, it got against the wall, and there was red blood, which obviously mosquitoes don't have red blood. It was my fucking blood. How much fun is that? Kershaw Blur? What about the Kershaw Blur? It's assisted. It's not for me. Mosquitoes always find me. I died from malaria and yellow fever in prior lives. I was going to say, I thought you were going to say I've died from malaria and yellow fever several times, because I don't know if you know, there's this like meme going around where like everyone's got to one up each other. It's like, yeah, well, last year I died 3 times. You know, I love that shit. I fucking love that kind of humor. It's titled Secret Scientology Lab. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. I don't know if you remember Winchester, my ghost stories. So, you know, I worked in a haunted hotel, lived in a haunted house. So I know that it's very, very, very real. It's not a joke. I'm not saying it's nefarious or horrible, but it's a myth that ghosts are a myth. It's not. I've seen the UFO. It follows exactly the kind of technology that are probably warp drives. String theory is a big, huge flop. We're going to have to re-up our physics game in a big way. Some suggest conspiratorially that maybe string theory was a deliberate hijacking of physics to avoid covering up the fact that they may have reverse engineered alien technology already and already have warp drives. So, yepper with mosquitoes. Yeah, you're one of those too, huh? I'm sorry to hear that. Orange and lemon flavors are right-left versions of the same molecules. Oh, enantiomer. Yeah, that's it. Good for you. You're right. Enantiomers. Yeah, I didn't know that. Really, orange and lemon are actually enantiomers. I didn't. They're so different. I'm surprised that they're actually the same molecule. I'm really shocked because oranges don't really exist. Wait, no, wait. Oh no, they do. I'm trying to think. Okay, lemons are actually don't exist. Those were engineered. Limes are what are quote unquote real, and we bred out lemons so that we could have something less tart. You know. Yeah, you're right. Enantiomers. Yeah, it's hard to pronounce. Okay, so let's hurry up and get to this. I'm running way over. You guys kill me. This is why I should film these and then upload them so I can get through them and just do live separately because you guys are killing me with these comments. But I don't want to go through like, you know, recording it then uploading it. It just I have like 30 unuploaded unboxings from like years ago. I'm sorry, but that's why I just stopped recording them. I'm like, okay, no more. All right, so what do we got here? God, fucking ton of shit. What did I get? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, hell yes, I remember now what I got. Tell me this doesn't bring you joy. Tell me I am the location is in Los Angeles. Yeah, so that must be it. It's the big blue Scientology, but it's their main thing. Our OFFR assisted. Wait, you're saying OTF, sir? I mean, I what I mean is fully assisted. In other words, I want the reach. I also don't like automatic knives anymore either. I can grab you that one up there, but I have a XL or XXL Kalashnikov, and I realize I don't like out the sides either because I don't like them for the same reason I don't like assisted because they don't retract, right? I want them to be able to just drop shut. You can't drop shut an assisted like that. And out the side autos are even worse in that way. So OTF ding spell check, I know. I think so. A new study just came out recently. I didn't read it. Just remember a little about it. I think it had been ignored for a long time. It was recently. Yeah. Are you talking about the anti? Oh, with the orange and the. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was recent with the mosquitoes too. By recent, I mean within a few years. So let's get ready for some gas station goodness. Zombie survival gear. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I don't remember what I think it's a machete. Oh yeah. Oh, this is actually going to be really cool. Okay, as you guys know, one of my many sub collections is budget kukris. I'm obsessed with kukris because when I was a kid, I read this article about how great kukris are, and so I've always been obsessed with that. I didn't have one as a kid. Yeah. So I saw this. It was on sale, and on top of that, it's a majorly budget knife. So I just want to compare all these different budget kukris one day when I finally get out there. So let's take a look. Cool. It's like a mini. Oh yeah, and here's another thing. It's so hilarious. This one has frigging serrations. I believe this is the only kukri in existence. The fuck? Please don't be calling me Morafoka. Oh fuck. No, I can't do this right now. Okay. So it says what does that say? Zombie Hunter, which is one of the brands out there. But look at that, serrations. I believe this is the only partially serrated kukri, which is just kind of weird, but Hey, why not? And again, you know, when you're a collector, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to plug in. Whilst I perilously hold a zombie kukri, lordy hell. Okay, so here we go. I believe that I got this from Grindworx. I mean, it's just, I mean, so funny. It says China on one side and nothing else, and I'm pretty sure it's an unnamed stainless steel. It's heavy though. I mean, look at that blade stock. I mean, that's no joke. I mean, you're getting quite a lot of knife, and I mean, it's almost, I think, almost a total full tang, because that, I think that lanyard hole is the end of the tang. Like it goes up to there, which is like what, a partial tang? What do you call that? It's not a rat tail. Rat tail is when it goes up this way. I think there's a different name if the tail goes down this way too. I think. And you know, this polymer or whatever it is, it's probably just a GRN or TPR or whatever. But they did a good job with the swell. It feels, it's pretty ergonomic, and it's meant to be a chopper. So they gave it that nice little, I forgot what this thing is called down here, the hull or whatever. Zombie Krupi looks balanced and kind of fun. You see what I mean? Exactly. I mean, this is a lot of, I can't buy a hamburger in LA for this, you know? So, and I mean, you know, it's not hardly much of a grind. As you can see, it's just a flat piece of steel. And, you know, this is how they cut corners. They sort of barely put a grind along this part, and then they put a micro bevel at the end. So look, this is not a work of art, you know, but it's good fun, you know, and there's something fun about zombie green, you know, and I mean, they give you a whole ass lanyard tube. I mean, you could do worse. You could do a lot worse in terms of these things are so budget and so affordable that you're not really missing out on much. And, you know, in terms of, for what I spent, like I said, I could barely eat for the price of these budget knives. Shit is expensive as fuck out here. So okay, so let's see what the sheath is like. Oh god, awful button there. And yeah, I mean, it barely retains it. Let's see, they only give you one button here, and yeah, awful, you know, as you can see, it doesn't retain it at all. Yeah, I mean, out of all my kukri sheaths, this is by far the worst by a long shot. And this button barely works. So I mean, once that goes, this is going to have zero retention. This is almost pointless because it gives it no retention at all. So yeah, I mean, yeah, as sheaths go, this is definitely one of the worst. But there is padding here, so it is fairly stiff. There's that. It's not the worst thing ever created, but it's, oh gosh. And then here's another thing they did. They put this strap through here, so actually you don't get that much clearance, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm not expecting much anyway. So here's the Grindworx anniversary gift, which was, I can't remember, their 4th, 7th year, I can't remember. So the looks like they've got a cheap Bear & Son Balisong, the Kalishnikov, and an OTF, probably a Lightning. So these are probably Grindworx's top sellers. Cheap Balisongs, you know, budget out the sides, budget out the front. So yeah, that's kind of their bread and butter. They used to be called Blade Play, and then yeah, they changed it to Grindworx, probably for good reason. So there's that, and then, oh god, I really did it, didn't I? Yeah, I remember now. I got all nothing but crap. You guys know this brand, Survivor. They make, I have a bunch of these ultra cheap. I mean, I've gotten their sub $10 fixed blades galore. They come with like a fire steel, stuff like that. You know, great for camping, hiking, hunting, and boating. Let's see about that. Okay, but anyway, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. So they blatantly say right here, Master Cutlery LLC. So this is one of their many brands like MTech, etc. It's in New Jersey. It's a 2017. So, but I don't know why it doesn't have a number. It's HK 717. Looks like HK 717. So let's get this sucker open and let's see what's. I can't remember what I got. I'm sure it'll be underwhelming, but again, for the price, it's just you could do worse. Oops, let me get rid of this. Okay. Okay. There's nothing in there. And here we go. So there's that. And that has the antifungal thing in it. Oh, and okay, so it looks like it's going to be another kind of kukri-ish type thing. This one has more of this, as you can see. It's sort of more of like a flap. And yeah, oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah, I remember why I got these. As you can see, it might seem obvious now, but yeah, all these budget kukris. I think this was yet even cheaper, and I'm sorry, I can't remember the prices, but they were all on sale. And look at that. So let's compare. So it's definitely shorter. Oh, that's what I remember. Okay, so this is more of a true kukri. This is more of a straight kukri, much like the K-Bar Cutlass kukri, what they call, and more along the lines, actually, even though that it's probably considered a kukri, it's probably more like a kopis blade. You know, the Greek sword. So stainless steel HK717 USA design China. That's all it says. And this is more of a GRN FRN because this is truly just a plastic. I mean, it feels super cheap. I mean, it feels awful. Oh, and look at this. Okay, so guys, I'm sure you know this. I'm just pointing this out for the sake of the knowledge. You see that? There's a bolt there. That's a terrible sign. I mean, that means the tang really goes up to like there and it just bolted in. I mean, that shit is all hell, you know. But again, for the price, bang on this a couple times. If it breaks, it breaks. And what would be kind of interesting too is to see if it actually be repaired. If this thing breaks off and falls apart, maybe it'd be a fun craft or project to put that bolt back into maybe like a wood handle that you carve out or whatever. And you know, the designs on this makes it like look super tactical. You know, it's just, look at all this. It's just awful. It's so ugly. I mean, but it's fairly ergo. The finger grooves are not so bad, and as you can see, they kind of made it almost like a sub hilt. You know, so you could do a lot worse. I mean, if I was a kid, this would be my favorite knife. You know, I would just be like, oh my god! And we had this big backyard with all kinds of. I would have just been chopping everything in sight. I broke knives. Yeah, as a kid, I broke knives. I show did. Oh wait, wrong one. Okay, so let's check out the sheath. Once again, it's got a little bit of padding, a little bit of stiffness. It's not too terrible. Let's see what the retention is like. Is going to be, let's see. That's a much better button. And oh, it's good retention on that. That strap is fairly, that retention, this sheath is way better than the other one. And they also put the strap, they put it through this part, not through both sides. So the bolt is a sign of reliability. Check this out, y'all. Everyone go check out Goondox's channel. That's where you get this sort of expertise. So Goondox he spells out the metallurgy behind making sure there's a bolt to improve tank strength. Yeah, bro, I know. It's sad. Okay, zombie was a balance looking kind of funny. I hate when the ad came for brand name. What? I hate when the ad come in for a brand name. Sorry, my iPad is not working properly, evidently. Like, I want to keep that up. That looks like a POS. The blade, the sheath, which I mean, again, it's Survivor brand. It's United Cutlery. It'll never be more than pretty crappy, and you're paying bottom of the barrel prices. I'm pretty sure it was like it's up $20. It's not going to be bulletproof for sure. It's not going to be anything to write home about. But at the very least, it would be a lot of fun. Take that out, camping, brutalize some stuff. If it breaks, it breaks. You're not, you lost the price of a hamburger or a big burrito. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of knife for so little money, for so little money. Oh, okay. This is Rough Rider. I'm pretty sure that this is new old stock. Then again, I could be wrong because Rough Rider, you never know. They might put something out again. This is the RR1814. This is the G10 pack knife. I have other ones just like this from other makers. So I wanted to add to my plastic knives, and I wanted to compare whether some of my other knives are in fact G10 and not some other kind of plastic. So I was kind of curious to compare these, and I'll do a thing on my plastic knives and G10 knives and such. And there was one just like this. I think it was the Buck pack knife. So it might be G10 as well. It turns out I'll compare them and see. Because like the cold steel ones are made out of their version of GRN, I believe, which they call Crayex or Creighton. I wish I knew. Let's see what this says. I don't want it to show up. I'm curious how they sharpen up. You're talking about the G10. They take a good edge, but you can't re-sharpen them. They're not metal, so they're not sharpenable. You get the edge that you get, and that's that. Yeah, because again, they're molded. So yeah, these are one and done. They're pack knives, they're emergency knives, they're swimming knives, they're assassin's knives. My understanding, these plastic knives genealogy dates back to the CIA. They wanted non-ferrous, no metal detector knives, assassin knives, last ditch knives, where you have a pointy thing that you can skewer somebody when you're running away, your cover's blown or whatever the case, or you need to assassinate somebody, etc. So I'm pretty sure that's the genealogy in our modern era. I remember as a kid, they used to sell plastic knives at the surplus stores, and it was like, hey, spy knives. Creighton, thank you. Let's keep going. This is fucking taking forever. I'm sorry. How long has it been? Oh, Jesus. Oh, hey, speak of the devil. So just so you know, MTech Extreme is their upline. It's obviously their much more tactical line, but it is a little bit of a step up from just the regular MTech line. I know that to you guys as knife people, it's literally meaningless, but to your super low end customer, yeah, the MTech Extreme is a step up. It is going to be more tactical. I find that the MTech Extreme is a little bit of a step up. I like them better. So I like it when I see MTech Extreme because it's not going to be your regular old. Oh no, the kukri. Yeah, depending on the heat treat, I suspect they're probably like 420J or even less. The thing is, taking an edge. Okay, so remember I was talking about toughness, hardness, edge retention. Sharpenability is also a separate category, which obviously they're all interrelated. But certain blade steels, for example, that don't have very good edge retention, for example, 440A. Nothing to write home about. But 440A sharpens up really nice. 420 sharpens up really nice. So certain blade steels, because of the qualities, are able to take a nice, good apex. So a lot of these budget steels, they sharpen up just fine. Is the edge going to last very long? We all know that it doesn't. But again, for moderate use, one-time use, for even moderate to hard use for a single day, you can sharpen at the end of the night. That got you through the day. It's not a big problem. I mean, as long as you're just like want to shoot yourself in the face if you have to sharpen knives, but otherwise you can get custom plastic knives from Chiv Knives. Oh, they hire for. Is that for real? That's fucking cool. Yeah, have you guys seen how that's done with they'll use either sandwich bags, they light toilet paper on fire, and then they use sandwich bags, and or they actually melt down foam, the styrofoam cups as well. So obviously, sharpening toothbrushes, but they've gotten rid of the long toothbrushes now because that was just obvious. It's too obvious as a thing. What I hate is you get these ads from wherever they're producing these knives. Boast. These are a name brand, and some people unfortunately fall for this and buy thinking they're. Oh, you mean the clones? Yeah, no one's defending that. I mean, yeah, no, that's just thievery and theft and but the other thing too is it sucks if you have someone in the secondary market trying to fool you. But if you're buying a $40 Benchmade from a Chinese website, it's fucking fake. You're an idiot if you think otherwise. So, oh, it's a joke. Okay, sorry. Cold Steels for. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Good point, Goondocks. The 4116 is scary razor sharp. It doesn't have phenomenal edge retention, although Cold Steel with their legendary heat treat, they get ridiculous performance in terms of their edge retention. They punch above the Cold Steel's version of their steels is not the same as anybody else. I don't know what Lynn Thompson did to make sure it was dialed in, but their 4116, go look at Cedric and he does he got stunning edge retention performance out of 4116. Now 4116 is a budget steel. If I'm not mistaken, it's typically for razor blades and scalpels and such. And that's why when you see knives that are called German stainless steel and people are like, that's lame. Your average consumer is like, it's German. I've had people like, oh, no, it's really nice. It's German stainless steel. I'm like, sorry, I'm not a knife nerd. It's literally meaningless. But yeah, it would probably be these types of 4116, for example. But again, with a scalpel, you don't need edge retention. You just need a screaming apex. I mean, we're talking microns. So yeah, 4116 I know I've cut the shit out of myself with Cold Steel. I've told the story many times. I won't go it over again, but I was a damn fool, and that turned me off of Cold Steel for a while. But no, I'm a huge Cold Steel fanboy now. But yeah, 4116 factory edge will cut the ever-loving stuffings out of your skin. I mean, it is scalpel. You mean to tell me that those Benchmates on Wish aren't real? Yeah, like $28, $28.97. Yeah, might not be real. Hey, give it a shot. I believe it or not, though, actually, when I first got into it, I bought a bug out, and then I wanted to compare it with the fake bug out because that was one of the first ideas I had for a video, because back then there were a few comparison videos, but not a lot. And I wanted to make the point that when do you reach a point of singularity? When do you reach a point where these knockoff clones are almost as good? I never ended up making the video yet, but I did buy one of those. Yeah. So, and the action was good. I used the shit out of that knife. It was one of my main beater knives for a long time. And it took a good edge. The edge retention thus far is decent-ish. It's probably like a 440C. I mean, obviously it says whatever it is, 20 CV or M3, whatever it says. It's dope. It's surgical. Yeah, it's German surgical steel. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So here is the US. I love this USA premium design. What's his name? The legendary knife guy. He always calls it USA design. So, oh, look at this. New verbiage. Ask your local knife retailers for other fine MTech extreme knives. So, yeah. Oh wait, and then here we go. I'm sorry, I didn't show this. It's the sorry, let me skip this. It's the MX 8035. Let's see if I can. No, it's not working. Okay, so. Oh, I think I remember. Okay, so once again, this is what just blows me away. So here we've got a little bit too jumbo to be a proper neck knife, but maybe this is meant just to tie off to your leg because it does have a proper. I think it's meant to be like a. And look at that. That's a decent little spring there. But look at this. This cheap, M-Tech, blah blah blah, whatever. Ooh, that's good retention. Take a look at this. M-Tech Extreme. Look at this. Very budget knife with, guess what? Look at that. Micarta. See, that's why I get these because, as you know, I'm a micarta whore. And I'm all about budget micarta too because, micarta often really just jacks up prices potentially. It's still good surgery. So sorry. Yeah, I don't know why they do this shit with the fucking hole right there. Why would they do that? I don't know if it's got a decent edge or not. What happened to my coupons? Damn it. Well, I'll have to do it later when I actually take a look at these knives. I fucking misplaced them already. Anyway, this is regular paper. I usually use the coupons because it shows it better. It's a lot easier to cut through paper. Yeah, see, most knives look good when you use computer paper because it's very stiff. Oh, well, speak of the devil. That didn't do too well. Anyway, that's why I use a coupon paper. Dutch Bushcraft Boys, they use a foam book paper. It's very flimsy and it shows the edge a lot better. I need to watch Cold Steel now. What's this? I need to watch Cold Steel now, though, because they sold out and Walmart is going to be carrying them. They may not be the same Cold Steel as we know it. Yeah, I mean, after GSM bought them, I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, but at least they're not lying that it is a lower thing. I mean, they're putting different steels. They're not putting our Cold Steel knives. They came out with a brand new line. It's almost like, Cold Steel Light. Well, they already had Cold Steel Light, like Outdoorsman Light, LITE. They have light LITE versions of some of the more expensive steels. This is yet even a step down from there. So again, it's MX 8035. It just says stainless. So it looks like they don't even name their steel. Very deep hollow grind. I mean, this is definitely a Skinner, Ooh, very, very sharp. So that'll definitely throw sparks, which maybe they meant that, but it doesn't feel very, I mean, they didn't knock down those edges at all. So it is what it is. Okay. Oh, this is the other thing too. This M-Tech Extreme, right? Super budget. That's real Kydex. It's not one of those CRKT cheap GRN, FRN. This is real Kydex. So real Kydex, real micarta. Okay. Unnamed surgical steel, right? But you could do worse, You heard the retention. I mean, oh, there is rattle. Can you hear that? There is rattle, but otherwise, the retention is fantastic. It's really good. Nice, comfortable little place to put your thumb. And yeah, it's hard to get out. It's really hard to get out. That's frigging phenomenal. I love really, really tough retention knives that just are really hard to put out. Hole equals spear. I wonder, I mean, I know you're just joking, but maybe this is meant to be a survival knife. Oh, wow, that's good retention. I mean, because typically when you want that, it's usually two of them off to the side. But I guess technically, if you wanted to, you could kind of use it in that way. I know you mainly meant it as a joke, but, to a certain extent, that might actually be able to be geared that way. So, Carco, hey, Carco, thanks for joining. So, okay, so this is cool. I like this. I mean, I would definitely neck knife that. I mean, no, I wouldn't actually. Never mind. It's way too heavy. And I'll pull out a scale later. I'll show more specifics. This is just meant to be a quick unboxing, just to show you what the boxes and everything look like. So, oh, okay. If you guys know, yet another one of my sub collections is budget sub hilt fighters. They're of varying quality, varying The MTech one, for example, is really nice, is surprisingly good value. Pretty much up to spec. It's even actually larger and longer than the Cold Steel OSS. So I've shown that several times. But again, I mean, especially considering what sub-hilt fighters are kind of meant for, it's stab and go. It's the handmade quality shit we're talking here. Goondox is capping on my bullshit ass knife stuff. He's capping on me. That's sad. Okay. So, sorry, I forgot to show you what the thing is. It's okay. It's got some weird numbers there. 18 316 FW. Look, that's funny. Look, they call it a sub-hilt hunter, which is itself weird. Like, it's not a hunter, but yeah. So here we go. 15-inch fixed blade, stainless steel satin finish blade, frostwood. Oh, they even call it frostwood. Oh, I wonder if this is frost cutlery. Oh, you know what? This might actually be frost cutlery. You know what? It is. It's frost cutlery. Yeah, it is. It's frost cutlery. Because frostwood is what today is stabilized wood, is what we call paca wood now. But I believe it was invented by Frost from Frost Cutlery. And they called it frostwood at the time, with brilliant blue color handles, with stainless steel guard and hilt, black nylon sheath. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, I guess that's what the FW is frostwood. For me, the jury's still out on paca wood, frostwood. It feels so cheap, but I do know that it's also indestructible. But it feels like it feels all hollow, and it feels like it'll just break or crumble or whatever. So it is absolutely frost cutlery. So no wonder they're calling it frostwood. Okay, so this is Frost Cutlery's version of the I don't know if this is a step up or down from the MTech one. We'll see. So obviously it's made in China like everything else, but let's see. No, you know what, they did that part right, because the cheap Pakistan version I got of this, they spaced this out all wrong, so that the fourth for the sub hilt is sized all wrong. I don't know how they managed to do that, but I mean, it's kind of tacky, but it's also sort of beautiful. So, and then you've got to see these brass pins. You've got a lanyard tube. The handle's done correctly. I don't know why they're calling it a hunter. Maybe because they put a Bowie blade on it instead of a stabby. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. I guess they put a Bowie blade on it instead of a, more of like a spear point, double-edged, stabbing blade. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's why they did that. That's smart of them. So it says on their Frost Cutlery. Feels pretty good. It is what it is. And again, it's very inexpensive. So it's not like I'm running some big risk on any of these. Again, it is, for the channel, for the sake of the channel, to feature, because think about it. Frost Cutlery sells, many times more units of this than other knives and other knife companies. That grind is that's bad. Or is that just, it might be just some dirt. Okay, well, it's terrible. Okay, yeah, it is bad. It's horribly bad. I mean, it won't cut. Yeah, yeah. There must be some sort of, yeah, it's barely sharpened. Or no. Oh wow, there's some real serious. Yeah, that's gonna have to just be completely resharpened. There's something really wrong with this. It's jacked all to hell. Yeah, well, I have, out of all the shitty, I always do a second, when it comes to Frost, it better be something unique that piques my interest enough to check it out just to see, because they really are the lowest of the low. I mean, MTech is relatively not the worst, but but Frost is the worst. They just are terrible. They're way worse than United Cutlery. And as you can see, that it barely had. I don't know what the hell they did or didn't do. More like with that bevel, that kind of was non-existent as you saw. It just wouldn't even cut. Yeah, the OSS. I love the OSS. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I like the look of the blade was nice, and it's not the worst thing in the world. What is this? You should supply budget slasher movies. I could. Yeah, that. Yeah, they use the same knives over and over again. They use the Buck 119. They use the same knives. This would look menacing and looks cool. They could. It's just the thing is they hire. Just so you know, they hire when Hollywood. They hire the weapons people, and it's the gun guys that are bringing knives, and they have like 3 knives. You know how I don't want to cause a rift or something, but knife gun guys are really pretty not that great with knives. They carry Smith and Wesson usually, like I don't know why there tends to be that divide, but lots of gun guys are really meh with knives. They carry a knife, but just like they have one knife, and at most, if they learn more about knives, they'll just get a Benchmade or a Spyderco. But otherwise, they don't know that about knives. Okay. Wood micarta was a thing before pucklewood, or maybe same thing. There was a wood micarta. Interesting. Sorry, I'll have to look into that. I'm piqued my interest now. Well, let me be safe. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I know it's gone way. Oh, geez, we're at an hour. I like to cut these off at an hour. I'm sorry, I'm way over. Here we go. This is T 2706 5-pack PK pink. Oh, I think this is a pink knife. If you can see that. Can you see it? Okay. Yeah, perfect. Sweet. Okay. It's a pink OTF. I'm super thrilled about this. I cannot wait. I should have gotten more of these so I can give them as gifts to the women folk. There we go. Let's see. I mean, as you can see, it's really ugly. Oh, and this will be my first OTF that has this switch in the middle. So I kind of was curious what the ergos in that felt like. Let's hope it works. It worked. So it's legal. It's Cali legal, but they have the extra long handle so that it feels more substantial. I'm going to EDC this today. Let's get by my new EDC knife. For a while, I was carrying that little tiny pink camo OTF because it's Cali legal. Most guys in Cali, they EDC this 99% chance nothing's going to happen. For one, I believe in Murphy's Law. I don't want to risk it, So I try and stick to the law, and that's legal. Look at that. That's so small. I mean, that's a pretty useless blade, but it's something that Canadian Cutting Edge points out. He's like 90% of our cutting tasks are just within 1 to 2 inches, which is why when they do the edge retention test, they tape it off and they just use 1 or 2 inches. It's really mostly all we use as regards that. So I'm kind of thrilled about that OTF actually. It was on sale. I should have gotten a couple so I could gift them out. I know where I'm going now, or what I'm late for. I'm gonna show it to the girls, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it's so cute! Where'd you get that?" And I'm gonna be like, "I'm not telling you. It's a bloody secret. It's a guy thing. You don't understand. You don't know nothing about that." Okay, as you can see, oh no, another MTech. Here we go. Fuck yeah, a third kukri. See, life is good. Life is fucking good. I mean, I paid almost nothing for all these, Oh, that's already horrible. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare. Oh no, the button's undone. That's what it is. Okay, but I hate Velcro. It looks nice though, but Velcro, eventually it wears out. Hook and Loop. Velcro is a brand name like Kleenex. Band-Aid is USA design, MT537. Oh, once again, I didn't show you. Say on the box. Yeah, MT537. Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, that's it. MTech. It's got MTech USA. And then, USA design. And let's check the cant. I think it's a lot more extreme than the zombie one was. As we already know, the other one was just straight. So, yeah, see? More extreme cant. Let's see if we can demonstrate that. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more of an. Can you see that? Can you see the more extreme cant of the forward or downward cant? So, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, this is gonna. Oh, and wow, look at this. So this is very rubberized. It feels like a K-bar. You know, it's got the lanyard tube. Oh, feels like it's got an edge too. See, I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time I was disappointed by an MTech. It's got an edge. You could do worse. You could do worse. Wonder the front doesn't seem like it's well sharpened. No, it is. Okay, so hey, I can't remember the last time I was disappointed with an MTech. Well, it is a little rough there, maybe. Ooh, gosh, it is sharp. But I think there's a burr on this side, which is why it caught my finger. Yeah, there's a burr on it. It's gonna have to be cleaned up. That's why I felt my finger gliding along the edge. Okay, wait, what's going on here? So let's see. Flashlight guys have horrible. Oh my god! I'm. Don't get me. No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not. No. Good for them if they haven't. We'll leave it at that. God, I'm going to use this cardboard as like a straw. Maybe I can get that burr on it. No, it's still there. Yeah, it's still there. I'm going to have to do something more dramatic. So let's look at the sheath. It's much more thick, the padding, and then they give you that little D-ring there for, a leg, a thigh strap, or whatever you call those, leg strap. Let's see. So far, let's see. Okay. So far, so good. Let's put that button on, and oh, God. But it kind of retains it. Yeah, it retains it enough, but yeah, this is definitely one of the lesser good. And another thing is, this is way too low. They could have stitched it so that you had some dangles there, because this is going to jab up into your love handles, and it barely accommodates barely a 2-inch. MTech usually does a slightly better job. Again, the padding is better. The design is not so great, but I'm thrilled. I mean, look at this. I mean, I've got 3 ultra budget kukris, and that's a lot of fun. I mean, you can have a lot of fun with that, in my opinion. Kukris are fun to just chop random shit, So look at that. I mean, that's not a bad haul right there. So, okay. And then I think this was a free gift, the Browning. I think it was a free gift for their anniversary. And also, because it comes in these tins, I'm going to make, maybe like a fire kit out of this, maybe poke a hole in it, maybe use it to make chart cloth or something like that. Oh yeah, it is. It's their free gift. So there's whatever little thing there. And then, that kind of thing. And it's a wood handled Browning, which is, it is what it is. And let's see. Yeah. Tip down, which is horrid. It's an abomination. Not great action, but probably once it breaks in, it's not bad. It's got a good detent. I feel it sucking in. pretty good. It's not the worst knife in the world. The wood, it's nice and, it's sanded down. It's not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah, I'll probably just gift it, Oops. Anyway. So let's see. Well, stuff for the trolls. But anyway, yeah. So there's that. And let's see. Does it go this way? Does it go this way or it goes the other way, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, it goes this way, right? Or does it go this? Oh, you know what? Am I wrong? Tip protectors, they go along. Yeah, it goes this way, doesn't it? It goes along the actual edge. That makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah, that's correct. So you learn something new. So I'll probably just gift that. You could do was. You could do wasa. You could do much wasa. Okay. And I'll keep the tid, make something out of it. Yeah, I think that might be good for char cloth. Popcorn. Oh, why did I get this? Okay, so this is called MIL 1013WS. Okay, Cold Steel makes a dart just like this. They even call this the CIA dart and sheath. Now, Cold Steel sells the sheath separate from the little stabby thing. I got this just to compare, just out of curiosity. It was obviously very inexpensive, so I wanted to see, the difference in dimensions, material, etc. This feels exactly like Cold Steel stuff. It really does. I mean, exactly, because it's more of that Kraton, what they call Kraton, which is just their version of GRN FRN. Yeah, definitely feels very similar. Almost the same dimensions. As you can see, why these would be so illegal, because that's going to leave a wound channel that you can't really stitch up very easily. So this is definitely a blood letter. Oh my God, they even call it Central Intelligence Agency. Yeah, right. Officially licensed, right? Give me a break. It's so corny. But again, as a kid, this is what. Oh, okay. It says Langley, Virginia. Give me a break. Trying to sound all legit or something like they're official. We are official. We are officially. So let's see. I wonder if it goes in a certain way. Yeah, I think it does kind of go in a certain way. And then obviously you want to put some sort of lanyard in there. And the retention is pretty bad. Yeah, that's really bad. I don't know how to fix that. You'd have to like put an O-ring in there or something. But yeah, that's terrible. So this is the kind of thing I wanted to check out. The Cold Steel one does not do that. Can you see? Can you see that? It's awful. It's really awful. So let's see. I wonder if I spin it. Still pretty bad. Spin it again. No, yeah, it's terrible. Anyway, these are my shower knives. And definitely, yeah, these are very illegal in California. Okay, so unfortunately, it's only one box, and I'm so sorry about that. All right, let's get to the second one. God, I'm sorry. It's going to take for fucking ever. I apologize. Oh, bunch of popcorn. I've never seen the appeal of flashlight collecting. Yeah, me neither. I got sucked in by the Olight, big huge sales. I bought like $200 worth of flashlights or some shit. But I got one of each. I got a keychain light, an EDC light, a mini light, a throw light, a tactical light, a headlamp. So I have every light I need. I don't imagine I'll ever get another one. LED technology has changed the world in the last 20 years. It sure has. Don't get me started with the street lights. American-made gun lights are classics like 1911. What do you mean? You mean like the old mag lights? Oh God, what is this? Oh, sweet. Okay, friggin' finally. This is from Discount Cutlery. I remember now. Okay, this is kind of exciting. So this is in my thing I mentioned the new old stock stuff that they have. So Discount Cutlery is one of those smaller online retailers that if you are looking for something that is out of stock, they might have new old stock because they just don't do as much volume, and they hold on to inventory for years and years and years and years and years. And what's annoying is that they don't offer free shipping. So I could have bought a lot more from them, but they don't offer it. And they charged me like $20 for shipping, which, I mean, they had a sale at the time, some Mother's Day sale or something. So, it offset it a little bit, but whatever I saved was eaten up and then some by the shipping. So this is kind of a message to, Discount Cutlery. It's just really not working. I mean, your competition, the bigger guys, are doing it. And whatchamacallit, White Mountain Knives, once he reached a certain level of volume, he offers free shipping on everything. You don't even have to reach a minimum. Good for Justin at White Mountain Knives. The guy, great customer service. I go there first for everything. His company is fantastic. Glad to help a mom and pop store, not some big corporation, and he handles everything firsthand. Good for him, and he has the best prices. He always charges MAP, minimum advertised price, and free shipping, no tax. I mean, he does fantastic. And somebody like Discount Cutlery, I think they just really need to up their game. I hate to say it, but they really do. So yeah, I put it in the message. I emailed them again. I mean, they can get more of my business, but I just don't give them my business because whatever savings, they do have pretty competitive prices for the most part, but whatever small savings you get is eaten up by. And then as you order more and more stuff, the shipping slowly creeps up and up and up and up, which means it's all the more reason just for me to be like, okay, well then in that case I'm done. But I am excited about some of this stuff. I've been wanting to buy this forever. I don't know if you guys know. So the whole Hollywood Tactical thing, it's obviously slightly tongue in cheek, but it's also not. I mean, I'm genuinely owning that Tactical moniker. Like, no shame in my game. And I've always wanted a tactical water bottle, because that's the type of thing that we carry around all the time. Why not have one that your chances of using a knife in a self-defense situation is extremely unlikely, even if you remember to. The last thing we want to do is stab somebody. Just really goes against our genetic code. Bludgeoning someone, yeah, that's not outside of our genetic code. I mean, we bludgeon people, okay? We hit people, and yes, it could be deadly too, but we don't care that much about striking someone, but we do care about piercing someone. Is just a much more dramatic, visceral thing that's just very traumatizing even for the perpetrator. So it's just so much more likely that there's a there's a great YouTube channel, X Cop, Hard to Hurt, and he does all that stuff. He goes through it all, and he insists your number one self-defense weapon is a flashlight. He's like, you're more likely to have it. You're more likely to have it in your hand. You're more likely to use it. You're not going to get dinged for it, you know? So once again, if you're going to have a water bottle, make it tactical. So it's got these things here, and then it's got the finger grooves in the grip. So cap strike at forearm. So yeah, even the cap you can use at forearm or wrist. Base point strike at groin. Okay, base point strike at wrist or forearm. Cap strike at head or neck. So you can see they have a woman using it. It's obviously made for a woman, but I love pink, so I deliberately got the pink one. Again, new old stock, I believe. There's a whole bunch of verbiage here. I'll show more in the official unboxing or whatever. But you know, it comes with some cheesy little. I'm pretty sure it's a tip down knife too. Yeah, tip down. Ugh. But yeah, so it's called Aquaforce. Oh, this is Browning, Black Label Tactical Gear. But again, this is Browning. You can see the insignia there, Browning. So yeah, I mean, yeah, and it comes with the strap too, so that, you know, when you're carrying it. So imagine for a female, I'm sure she would very much like to, you know, when they're going jogging or walking, you know, have this strap there, and you're going to feel a lot safer. If you brain somebody with this, it's going to hurt. Yep. Marisol's being funny as hell up in here. The word is butt cheeks. Help spread the word. That's wild. What's he saying? What's Carco saying? Subtax. Okay. So yeah, I've been wanting to get this for years, but again, because of Discount Cutlery, I just have never pulled the trigger on this. But I really wanted to finally get this. They had a discount code, so I finally pulled the trigger. But as you can see, I got very limited stuff, just stuff that I felt was, and I believe this is new old stock too. I don't know. It's just Gerber. You guys can tell me. I don't remember seeing this anywhere else. It's their very large one, and I think it fits a small folding saw. I'll check later. You know, oh wow, look at that, made in USA Gerber. I didn't know these were made in USA. But what's cool is it has actual molly clips. So I don't have molly clips, and so there's a different story. But anyway, press to open. Anyway, I'll have to figure these out. But I'm probably gonna put. I don't think even my smallest saw will fit in this. Anyway, I'll see what fits in here, and then clip it to one of my go bags or something. What is this? 10-4 plus one spread already. Is that like a D&D reference? Probably, right? I carry a Byrna less lethal 68 caliber CO2 power projectile launcher. Oh wow. Okay, so the Byrna, they make the salt guns. Less lethal 68 caliber. Wow, 68 caliber. So that's really big. So they're 68 caliber, what, copper BBs? CO2 power projectile launcher, 300 feet per second. Yeah, I wonder what that would do. That sounds pretty gnarly. But the thing is, the Byrna, they have a pepper ball guns, for example, and they have salt guns. They're expensive. I mean, the burners are expensive as an actual handgun. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to pay that much. I mean, I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense market-wise, because again, if you don't want to carry an actual pistol for a wide range of reasons, I could see the need for a high-priced, high-quality, you know, less than lethal option. And let's face it, most people don't want to have to kill someone, and it'll fuck up your head. And if it doesn't, you're a psycho, you know. But you know, like when you hear about soldiers, when you talk to them about what's really fucking them up, it's the stuff that they did, not the stuff that happened to them. It's the stuff they did, you know, that really fucks them up in the head. So okay, here's another Reise Besteckgabel. So this is travel cutlery. So made in Switzerland. This is that company Swiss Advance. They make sort of the new era type Swiss Army stuff. They're trying to update the whole Swiss Army knife concept, and it's definitely up brand, but it's also a little bit tacky. Like they do like a little bit sort of gimmicky stuff too. So this is a perfect example of that. So these are the dimensions: picnic and travel cutlery. Okay, blah blah blah. Let's see if we could get it to show. I don't think it's showing at all, is it? You know, I should have done a better job of cleaning the lens as well. I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's hey, it's not an automatic OTF, but it's an OTF. It's not about it's not an OTF water bottle, but it's an OTF fork. So anyway, so I got the fork and knife set. So this is, and that's something I've pointed out with some of my, like the Kershaw capsule, which I love. There are OTFs that are not automatic. Let's not forget, there are also non-automatic OTFs. So again, this is the same thing. I will EDZ these things. I've been using a lot of plastic stuff lately, and I need to not, you know. Oh, this is cool. Durasnips. This is from pepper balls and kinetic balls, a little bigger than a marble. Cool. Yeah, that is the one. Isn't that like nearly $400? It's not like $379. I looked at that. It comes in a nice case. It looks like it's high performance. And the other thing too is when you crack that CO2, do you keep it cracked? Because my recollection when I had a BB gun, you know, one of those Crossmen, once you crack that CO2, it eventually wears out the little bellows in there. So you're not supposed to just crack a CO2, just leave it in there indefinitely. That eventually you have to use it. So again, what do you do about that? Do you leave it uncracked and then you're going to give it a twist when you really need it? In which case it's not exactly super fast response. I don't know. What do you do about that? They're legal in Cali too. Oh yeah. I don't know, because if it's a kinetic ball, probably, but a pepper ball, probably not, because I think it's one of those hazy things. I don't know if it's exactly cut and dry, but I think they're increasingly getting a little bit iffy about whether people should be pepper spray people. Don't get me wrong, women carry pepper spray all day long, as they should. But anyway, so here's the Durasnips with neck strap, easy squeeze in action for thread cutting, for fabric cutting. So I got this for my for work, for my business, you know, for you know, my fashion quote, you know, when I have to do stuff. So, but of course I got it because it's pink. Well, I guess it's more of a lavender, but it's listed as pink anyway. So let's see. Okay, so that's what it says there. I don't know what it says back there. Duras. So I'm gonna have to carry this around for work. Yeah, fantastic. So pretend it's on, and then I'm not sure about the retention. I don't want to lose these, you know. It's not the worst retention. I'm almost wondering if I want to actually put like a literal like a Ranger band or something on it. Actually, it feels pretty good. Made in Taiwan, so you know it's not made in China. You know, obviously, as I'm sure you guys probably know, Taiwan is a big jump in quality. Oh gosh, that's razor sharp. As you can see, I got stuff that I don't know that is available anywhere else, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. That's Discount Cutlery, so let's see. And then, last but not least, as they say, right? This is something I'm pretty excited about. Talk about new old stock. I was getting that switched up. This is Benchmark, and I've always said I like Benchmark. One of the earliest kind of gimmick knives I got was like a neck knife, but it's a folding neck knife, which is kind of the gimmick there. They do pretty gimmicky stuff, obviously. Benchmark, Benchmade. Um, but here we go. This is cool. It's the BMK 001, which means, I mean, this probably is their first fixed blade that they put out. I'm pretty sure this is new old stock. I don't think anyone else has these anymore, but it's your budget. It's your budget. It's got this little carabiner style type thing. Not the best clip. Retention is okay. It has an actual, once again, just like that M-Tech, just like this M-Tech, actual Kydex, actual micarta. Once again, actual Kydex, actual micarta. Yep. And also what I like about this is this I love these little, I mean, it's not really a caper, maybe, I don't know, bird and trout. I don't know. It's just, can anyone think of what that classic little blade, almost a paring knife? No, what would you call this? But unfortunately, it's the very smooth micarta. But anyway, and a very thin slab of it. But full tang, lanyard tube. Can anyone think of what would you call it? What does this remind? This reminds me of something. But look at that, almost full 4 fingers. I'm definitely gonna put a lanyard on that. No jimping, but that's okay. Sharp spine. Looks like that'll definitely hit a ferro rod, which I should keep on hand to show you guys. But I wasn't prepared for this. I just had to do this, and I'm fucking super late now. Yeah. So look at that perfect little EDC sized blade. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is Kydex. Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Oh, that retention is good. Definitely too much rattle though, but very good retention. Yeah. I guess it'd be a good pack knife. You could just sort of clip it to your pack. They have a system where it doesn't pierce the CO2 until you pull the trigger, so you can keep it ready to go at all times. Thank you for telling me that. That's ingenious, smart. Makes it, they call it pull pierce technology. And am I right? Is it like nearly $300? Caping, yeah. So that's what I was saying. Is this kind of like a caping knife? Except caping knives usually kind of have that weird ricasso, which this doesn't have. I'm trying to think if this reminds me so much of a certain. Anyway, might be more of like a traditional, like kitchen style knife or something. Okay, well, I am really, really out of time, so let's just do a really, 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 really quick Battlbox. And obviously everybody else does these online, so you don't need to see it from me. But I did go back to this because they offered a 40% off coupon, which more or less, and that's the other thing that I don't like about Battlbox is they really screw you on the shipping, which again, they should offer free shipping. It eats up. It eats up anyway. It just makes it so overpriced or whatever. It may not overpriced, but anyway. So you guys have seen it, Battlebox 99. So I didn't cancel it. I was going to cancel it right afterwards, but they're like, "Oh, we're going to do a big thing for Battlebox 100." So we'll see. Hopefully, Battlebox 100 is cool. So you guys can watch all the other Battlebox stuff. This is everything you've seen. Meh. I mean, I have these already. You can get these for so cheap at like discount stores and stuff. It's just those twisty ties. Meh. What is this? K100 pocket knife? Are you kidding me? What is this crap? What is? Oh wait. Oh. Tackle any challenge. Reverse Tonto. Heavy duty D2 steel. Thumb stud opening. I don't remember this from the unboxing videos. Just a liner lock. It's just another knife. G10. I doubt it's the value they're going to say. It seems like it has a decent little. What are they saying it costs? They're not saying at all. Are they? Are they not saying? Oh, that would have been pretty cool, that fixed blade. I would have liked that. But anyway, I never get the more expensive ones. So that's kind of meh. Um, I have these. You can get these at Target. What's this? This is from Battlebox itself. It's very heavy. I thought I watched an unboxing of this, but I don't remember any of this stuff. Oh, come on. Please don't be. Oh, it's for cooking. It's the thing for the spit. That's what it is. It's yeah. So you put the poles through there, greenwood poles, and then you hang this so you make a spit. And this is not leather. This is pleather. It's almost like a cardboard felt mixed with bits of leather almost. I'm wonder what they're gonna say it is. I wonder if they're gonna claim it's leather or not. Because it's bonded leather if it is. I mean, which is just plastic and leather bits glued together. But anyway, so I mean, this is not so bad. If you're out in the woods bushcrafting, certainly survival situations, this is actually I'd say this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I'm not mad at that because that's a DIY type thing. It's heavy though, but nevertheless, I mean, as long as you can cut 3 poles, create a tripod, this will be good to cook, all sorts of stuff, and then you create when you create that anyway, it doesn't matter. Last but not least, what is this? Roaring Tide. Warranty card. Roaring Tide or Roaring Fire. Roaring Fire. Did I mispronounce that? So it looks like it's just a regular old EDC pouch, right? But I mean, look, tons of moly, which is cool. Velcro hook enclosure thing, whatever you call that. And this is weird. So see these very small ones down here? Are those for like carabiners, bullets? What is that for? Does anyone know? I mean, I could put my tactical chopsticks in it. No, it wouldn't be practical. Not practical to have tactical chopsticks in there. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's an EDC pouch. I mean, 100% chance I'll get use out of it, no doubt. So not a problem there. Anyone know, is that meant to hang it up like this? I mean, because usually these things dangle down so that you can put keys or whatnot. So I'll have to watch their video on this. Lots of little elastic. So yeah, I'll definitely equip that. 100% chance I'm gonna put all kinds of shit in there. So as a matter of fact, this will be my new bug out pouch. So I keep like the collapsible baton, a little like a mini fixed blade from Tops, jumbo ferro rod, backup flashlight, stuff like that. So yeah, okay. Not mad. I love EDC pouches, and I've been trying to find the right one. So not mad about that. So but this is bullshit. I mean, this is fucking bullshit. I mean, these two things are okay, but I paid what, like 50 some bucks with the discount. I mean, 50 some bucks for this. Fuck that shit. I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? It's fucking useless. I mean, it's just a fucking regular old knife. And this, they probably charge me, like, oh, it's Night Eyes. I mean, it's a company, but again, I have a fucking shitload of these. What am I supposed to do with this? Reusable rubber twist tie. I got a whole fucking case of these for nothing. That was not worth it. I mean, fucking Battlebox, man. They can kiss my ass for the most part. I'm sorry. I like Battlebox. I definitely like the concept. They're kind of fucking us on the knives. These milk toast, fucking milk toast ass fucking knives. It's so common. This is a basic bitch right here. Basic bitch ass knife. That's boring as fuck. I would not pay money. This is something I would have gotten at the very beginning of my collection, like, ooh, it's on bearings and it's D2 and you know, G10. Oh yeah, this is good stuff. We're spoiled now. This is just basic. Yeah, it's it's a fucking lot, is what it is. It's a fucking joke. It makes it not have the value. So it's like, in other words, the whole point of Battlebox is you're getting, let's say, you know, $150 worth of stuff for $100. But then they tack on, you know, $32 of shipping. And then you're gonna get an item you don't fucking need. This is the problem. That's why I canceled it. I signed up originally because they gave a discount code. And then I was like, well, it's kind of fun. Let me keep it for one extra month. And then after that, I forgot to cancel. So I got another one. I think I got like 3. And then I made sure I canceled after that because I'm just like, I don't need to spend money at this bullshit. And then again, they sent the coupon code. So I jumped in, and I'm glad I jumped in, not because this one is any good, but because at least I'll get box 100. But I'm going to be paying for it. It's not going to be tremendous value. I did like the fixed blade looks like in their upgraded one. So anyway, that's it for the bulk of the. I'll have to do the Olites later. I mean, it's been years since I bought the Olites. I still haven't done the unboxing. Fucking ridiculous. All right, so I am ludicrously late. I've got to run. Let me go take care of this, and then yeah, I'll have to see you guys later. So yeah, I mean, most obviously with the stuff I got, I'm very thrilled about. You know, I'm really thrilled about this stuff. You know, I got tons of my card. I got my card up the ass. This is going to be great for work. My new EDC knife. Let's see how quickly the spring fails, because you know, Lightning OTF. These stuff, you know, are fucking bulletproof. You know, these things are bulletproof. You know, for 30 some bucks. I've been using this more than anything else because it's just the most convenient. I want to reach over, get a knife, extract, retract, done. You know, it's even more convenient than something like this. God, that's a good knife. Six Leaf is killing it. They are just really killing it. But thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I will see you later. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I went almost 2 hours. That is ludicrous. Okay, bye-bye.